Okay, so we are continuing with module 3. So this is our part 2 in salient pole alternator. So in this section we will be discussing about the vector diagram of a salient pole alternator. So in the first part we discussed that there are two components for the armature reaction reactance XA for a salient pole machine. One is XAD and XAQ, and the total synchronous reactance will be XD and XQ, which is including XL also. In both XA, XD and XQ, XL is there. XAD plus XL is XD, and XAQ plus XL is XQ. So in a cylindrical machine, there is no difference like this along D and Q axis. Both are same only. Now you can see here, in a cylindrical machine, armature current IA. So we discussed in the first module the drops, voltage drops. There are two types of drops. One is armature resistance drop IARA, and another one is reactance, synchronous reactance drop IAXS, which contains XA and XL, XA plus XL, total IA into XS. In a salient pole machine, with the variation of the air gap, armature reaction is different, and the synchronous reactance also different along D and Q axis. Therefore, the current flowing will be making two different types of drops. Therefore, armature current can be resolved into two components. One is ID and another one is IQ. Both the currents are making resistive drop, ID into RA and IQ into RA. Now the D axis, ID is making a drop, ID into XD, which is along D axis, which is the representation of the synchronous reactance corresponding to D axis. That means which contains XAD and XL. Now IQ is making a drop, IQ into XQ. So XQ is a sum of XAQ and XL, which is the synchronous representation of the synchronous reactance along Q axis. So these things we should know before we are going to the vector diagram. That means IA is having two components, ID and IQ. Both ID and IQ are making resistive drop, ID into RA and IQ into RA. ID is making a reactive drop, ID into XD, and IQ is making a reactive drop, IQ into XQ. Now we know that ID into RA is a voltage. It is a voltage drop. So that drop will be always parallel to the vector ID that we discussed earlier. And ID into XD is a reactive drop. It is a voltage drop, reactive drop. And that drop will be always perpendicular to ID. And what about IQ? IQ into RA will be parallel to IQ. And IQ into XQ will be perpendicular to IQ. All the resistive drops will be parallel to corresponding vector, and all the reactive drop will be perpendicular to the corresponding vector. So this thing you should know before we are going to the vector diagram. Now we are going to this is the vector diagram representing a salient pole machine. So we already studied a vector diagram which is for a cylindrical synchronous machine. What is the difference? What is the main difference between these two machines? That is the difference in air gap and the difference in armature reaction. So which is making two components, XD and XQ. So that is the difference, major difference in the vector diagram. So we always started with the main flux phi m. So here also we are drawing phi m here. To the negative x-axis we are drawing phi m. We know that E will be always lagging the flux by 90 degree, main flux by 90 degree. So you can see the vector E here. So this is E, which will be lagging this phi m by 90 degree. Now when we are checking V, voltage V, which will be lagging E by delta always. Here also it is like that. This angle is delta here. Now what is the angle between V and IA? which is phi. So here also Ia is lagging V by an angle phi. Why it is lagging? It will not be always like that, because here we are considering a lagging power factor, so it will be lagging V by an angle phi. So these things we already know, because we were discussing in case of a cylindrical machines. All these things are similar only. Phi m is there, E will be lagging phi m by 90 degree, and V will be lagging by an angle delta, and Ia will be lagging V by an angle phi, if it is a lagging power factor load. Now the thing we discussed in the previous slide is coming here. Ia can be resolved into two components. One component is Id. So Ia is resolved into two component which along the x-axis is taken as Id, and along y-axis is taken as Iq. So this is Iq. Ia is resolved into two components. One is Id and Iq. Okay, now how we will be drawing the drop Id into Ra? So Id into Ra will be always parallel to Id. So from the terminal, from the voltage terminal, voltage vector. So in this, from here we are drawing Id into Ra, which will be parallel to Id. How we will be drawing Iq into Ra? So it will be parallel to Iq. So this is Iq vector, and parallel to this we are drawing Iq into Ra. So this is Iq into Ra. Now what about Id into Xd? It will be perpendicular to Id. So this is Id into Xd. You can see here Id into Xd. And what about Iq into Xq? This is Iq into Xq, which will be perpendicular to Iq. So these four voltage drops are represented, and E will be the sum of all these. That means V plus Id into Ra plus Iq into Ra plus J into Id into Xd plus J into Iq into Xq. Okay, one more thing you can note here. Id into Ra and Iq into Ra, the resultant of these two is Ia into Ra. So this will be Ia into Ra, this triangle, completing this triangle. And similarly you can say here one vector can be drawn here also, representing Ia into that total drop. So it is not required actually. So now some other things we have to note here. One first point you can see, psi is equal to delta plus or minus phi. What is psi? That we discussed earlier. Psi will be the sum of these two angles, delta and phi. You can see here, this is psi. Here it is delta plus phi. But in case of leading power factor, it will not be like that. It will be delta minus phi. So plus for lagging power factor and minus for leading power factor. So here we can say, you can see delta plus phi. Psi will be equal to delta plus phi. Now what is Id? Id will be Ia into sin psi. How it is coming? You can see here, this is E, and this is Ia. You can say this is Ia. So this is E, and this is Ia, and this is ID, and this is Iq. It will be along E. And which angle is psi? This angle is psi. So you can draw like this. Now how we will be resolving? If psi angle is here, whichever the component coming near to this angle will be cosine component. So Iq is coming near to this angle psi. So you can say Iq is equal to Ia into cos psi. Whichever the component coming far from that angle will be Id. So Id is equal to Ia into sin psi. Otherwise you can draw a triangle here, a right angle triangle here, in that this hypotenuse is Ia, this side is Id, and this side is Iq. Or consider this triangle, anything, this triangle here you can consider, then only we can take psi here. This is psi, this is Ia, this is Id, and this is Iq. And consider psi, what is sin psi? You find sin psi, cos psi, like that. Then you can easily find this relation. So from this you can say Ia equal to Iq divided by cos psi. Is it correct? Yes. Now cos psi. This angle is psi, and I am extending this line like this, and I am drawing a line from here, this point, through this A, through this, wherever this IQ into RA is terminating, that point is A. So through A, drawing a line like this. So this is a straight line drawing from that, this line. Now this angle is psi, means whenever this is 90 degree, mathematically we can prove this is also psi. So we can say this terminal is A, this terminal is B, and this is C. Now this is psi, means cos psi is equal to adjacent side BC by AC. What is BC? BC is IQ into XQ, because this side is same as this side, IQ into XQ. So BC equal to IQ into XQ divided by AC. So this hypotenuse is AC. Now what is AC? AC equal to IQ into XQ divided by cos psi. From this relation you can derive this. Now we already discussed that IQ divided by cos psi equal to IA. For here you can see that. So IQ divided by cos psi equal to IA. Therefore AC equal to IA into XQ. Now what is AB? Well, what is AB? So this triangle, you can take this triangle, and AB is this side. I'm just drawing here. So this is the triangle now we are considering. You can say this side is A, this side is B, this side is C, and this angle is psi. This angle is psi. So we discussed that AC equal to IA into XQ. So this AC is IA into XQ. That we derived this one, IA into XQ. And what about we have to find here AB. What is AB? So when we know this hypotenuse, that means if it is AC, means this AB will be whichever this side coming. So this side X is near to psi, and this side Y is far from that angle. So whichever this side near X, so here X will be equal to what? AC, hypotenuse AC into the side which is near to that angle will be AC into cos psi. Now whichever this side which is far from that, that means Y equal to total AC, hypotenuse AC into sin psi. So this is how we are getting in this previous slide. AB equal to AC into sin psi. What is AC? IA into XQ. So IA into XQ into sin psi. Now what is IA into sin psi? IA into sin psi equal to ID. So this is equal to ID into XQ. Now what is CD? So where CD is equal to BF. Here CD is equal to BF. So this is CD, or which is equal to BF equal to ID into XD minus XQ. So here it is coming actually. So this is ID into XD minus XQ. So actually this is CE, not CD. It is CE actually. Sorry, this is CE. CE is equal to BF. This is BF. Because this total side is ID into XD. This is total ID into XD. We can get it from here. In that, up to this C, it is ID into XQ. So what about what will be CE? This is C. This is not CD actually. This is CE. So CE will be equal to ID into XD minus XQ. Okay. Now another relation, very important relation. What is the magnitude of E? E means this whole vector is E. This whole vector will be V into cos delta. how we are getting that? V into cos delta. Again, you can consider a triangle V with delta. So I am considering like this. So this is V, this angle is delta, and what will be this side? Similar to the earlier, the side which is near to delta will be cos delta, V into cos delta. So that side which is, you can represent it like x. So this x is equal to V into cos delta. So here up to this point, you can say up to this, this is V cos delta. So this is V cos delta. Now up to this is IQ into RA. So this is IQ into RA. Now what about the remaining? This is ID into XD. So the remaining will be ID into XD. So this is ID into XD. So this total will be V cos delta plus IQRA plus IDXD. So totally E will be equal to V cos delta plus IQRA plus ID. Here it will be plus or minus ID. Why it is coming? Plus 4 lagging power factor and minus 4 leading power factor. Okay. So this is the vector diagram. Now again we can prove another relation, tan psi equal to. That means the same diagram I am drawing from there, separately drawing. This is psi. So tan psi means opposite side by adjacent side. Opposite side, you can refer it from there. Same diagram I am drawing here. So this will be V sin phi plus Ia into xq divided by adjacent side is V cos phi plus Ia into Ra. Okay. So this relation also you should remember. This is very important. So this relation and the relation of E equal to V cos delta plus IQRA plus or minus IDXD. That two relations is very, very important. So relation of E, relation of tan psi, and what is ID in terms of Ia, and what is IQ in terms of Ia. These relations are very required for our to do our problems. Now here I am doing a problem. A three-phase alternator has a direct axis synchronous reactance of 0.7 per unit and a quadrature axis synchronous reactance of 0.4 per unit. Draw the vector diagram for full load 0.8 power factor lagging and obtain the load angle and the no load per unit voltage. So here first we have to find the load angle. What is load angle? That we discussed in the previous lectures in first and second module, delta. So we have to find delta. We know that psi equal to delta plus phi for lagging power factor. So here it is mentioned about 0.8 power factor lagging. That means psi equal to delta plus phi. So from this you can find delta, which is equal to psi minus phi. So for that we have to find the psi first. To find psi, we derived this relation V sin phi plus Ia into xq by V cos phi plus IARA. So we have to find V. So V will be rated voltage, terminal voltage will be the rated voltage. So for that we are if V is not given, then we have to take it as 1 per unit. What is per unit? Per unit is like a it is not in unit, it is a reference. That means it is always with respect to 1. Per unit quantity means that you will be studying in your power systems. That is actually it is a reference with respect to 1. So actually it is finding by defining a reference or base value. So now you just remember like that. It may be given in unit reactance. If it is given in unit means it will be given in ohm. Otherwise it will be in per unit. So if it is given in per unit, you take it as such. Now they can also be given in percentage also. That means if per unit, if the synchronous reactance is 40% or 35% like that, then that time how you can change, how you can convert. Then you change it to per unit value always. You do with the per unit value. Per unit value, to get per unit value from percentage value, you just divided by 100. That means percentage value divided by 100 will give the per unit value. So here it is given in per unit, so you take it as such. If it is not given, rated voltage is not given, voltage is not given means it is a rated value. Rated value will be always 1 per unit. So V equal to 1 per unit. XD, the direct axis reactance is given as 0.7 per unit. Quadrature axis reactance is given as 0.4 per unit. Cos phi is given 0.8, then sin phi will be 0.6. IA, rated current is also not given. Then you take it as 1. Any rated value you can take it as per unit, 1 per unit. So now all the values should be substituted. V is 1, sin phi is 0.6, plus IA is 1, and XQ is 0.4 divided by V cos phi plus IA RA. Actually RA is not given. That means here you can take RA equal to, assume RA equal to 0. If RA is not given means you have to assume it as 0. So this answer will be 1.25, and psi you can find from that, and from that you can find delta. How you got phi? Phi you can find from cos phi. Cos phi equal to 0.8 means phi will be cos inverse of 0.8. Then delta will be getting delta. Now E equal to V cos delta plus IQ RA plus or minus ID into XD. Since it is lagging power factor, you have to substitute plus here. So here we require ID. All other things we know. V we know, delta we know, IQ we can find, but it is not required here because R equal to 0. ID you have to find. ID equal to IA into sin psi. If IQ is required, IQ will be equal to IA into cos psi. So you have to substitute that and you will be getting E. So this is our answer. Another problem again. A three-phase star connected 50 Hz synchronous generator has direct axis reactance. That means XD equal to 0.6 and quadrature axis synchronous reactance of 0.45. Quadrature axis synchronous reactance. XQ equal to 0.45. Everything is given in per unit. So you take it as such. Don't confuse about that. You take it as such. Generator delivers rated kVA and at a rated voltage. That means voltage is rated and power is rated, means current also rated. So you can take V equal to 1 per unit and I equal to 1 per unit, IA equal to 1 per unit. Draw the phasor diagram. Earlier also they asked to draw the phasor diagram, that you can draw from the whatever you have studied in the earlier slides. At a 0.8 power factor lagging, and hence calculate the open circuit voltage and voltage regulation. Resistive drop at full load is 0.015. So we have to find the regulation. That means you have to find E. E is the open circuit voltage. So you have to find the E first. That is the open circuit voltage. Then you have to find regulation. E equal to V cos delta plus IQRA plus IDXD, since it is a lagging power factor. Now V equal to 1 per unit. Delta you have to find, it is equal to psi minus phi. For that, tan psi equal to V sin phi plus V equal to 1 per unit. IA equal to 1 per unit. Sin phi equal to 0.6, cos phi equal to 0.8, SQ equal to 0.45, IARA equal to, resistive drop at full load is 0.015 per unit, means IARA equal to 0.015 per unit. From that, if you need RA you can find, because IA equal to 1 per unit. So this is also 0.015 per unit. Now what is tan psi? Substitute all the values here, then you will find psi. From that you can find delta. What is ID? ID equal to IA into sin psi. What is IQ? IQ equal to IA into cos psi. Now what is E? You substitute all the values you got here, then you will find E. From that you can find percentage regulation, which is equal to 1.448 per unit E. So then you will, if you are using the per unit values, everything will be in per unit only. You will be getting E in per unit. So from that you can find the regulation, E minus V divided by V. So this is E, V equal to 1 per unit, and again V. So this will be our regulation. So with this I am stopping here. Thank you.